Good morning, everybody. There we go. I want to say a special welcome, and I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for coming out for our conversation. Note well, I'm staying away from the traditional term of press conference. This is the first in a series of conversations that we intend to have with holders, making available our entire leadership team, our relevant leadership team, so that we could have continuous engagement as we continue to serve the people of, in this instance, in Tobago in particular, but as we continue to serve the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And I am of the Corporate Communications Department of the Water and Sewerage Authority. Let me introduce you to the two gentlemen at the head table. CEO, Mr. Keith Roy Halliday. Please make him feel welcome. The Director of Water Management Services, Tobago District. This morning is very simple. It's simply to introduce the gentlemen who will reaffirm their commitment to meaningful engagement and who will tell you a little bit about the plans for Tobago. So at this time, let me introduce and welcome to the podium Mr. Keith Roy Halliday, the Chief Executive Officer of the Water and Sewerage Authority. Okay. So we'll hold on. That's very important. Thank you. So we'll start over from good morning, everybody. Just joking, just joking, just joking.
Years. So for those of you who are younger than 25 years, I think I have perhaps a little entitlement to call myself a Tobagoan. But seriously, I've always found everyone, and I mean everyone, I've never encountered anyone to the contrary, to be quite welcoming and warm. And I don't know if that is how Tobagonians generally are, or if when they sense you're not from the island that you're treated differently. But irrespective or regardless of that, I've always felt extremely welcomed, and I've always appreciated being here. And just a little joke as I remember it, as we're here. I worked here from 2006 to 2010. I actually lived in Trinidad for 2006 to 2010. My work actually involved me visiting Tobago on a monthly basis. And I would usually come across via the ferry. I would bring my vehicle across, spend a day or sometimes 2 days. But the thing about it is that I was, I suffer from motion sickness. So whenever I'm on the boat, I usually have to keep myself very quiet and restrained. But the thing is, I remember sharing with my then bosses that every time I came across to Tobago, I found that all I wanted was sleep. It was very calming, very relaxing, and I could not shake this inevitable feeling to want to go and sleep. I get here, I go to the hotel, and I do not want to leave. So I found it very difficult to do. And I was sharing that as well with my bosses then. And they asked me, I said, I get up early, get on the boat, I take my gravel, I come across, and I'm good to go. And they asked me, so how many tablets do you take? I said, well, I take a couple. So and everybody laughed at me. They said, you only need to take half to one tablet. So if you're going to take a couple, every time you get to Tobago, inevitably, all you're going to want to do is sleep. So going to be too sleepy. Anyway, the opportunity to be here. It is my first of what I hope to be several types of engagements or meetings, not only with an accumulation or rather the end result, as the end result of 2 years of a transformation committee that was elected to do a deep dive into the organization Wasa'S to establish what can we do to turn around Wasa'S effectively to undergo change or transformation. The notion of transformation is how do we get a cultural change to the extent that we can assist the authority in becoming more general, because that has been at an ebb for some time. Structure, an organization chart that spoke to what we saw as transformation process at this time. I would say that levels of the transformation process has taken place in terms of the leadership structure, because that is where it will deal with any other issues that we need to deal with. But first and foremost, we needed to restore confidence. Not a very small entity. It is a significant organization, and the primary focus of that mandate is to be able to deliver with that, go through the next few years saying that this is a challenge as that we can of my team, but also